It's morphin' time! What is up, guys? Anti-Tier Guild Forever. Gonna be doing a brief little review for episodes 1 through 3 of I was about to say Shinkengers. I mean, King-Ohger. What do you think, guys? Should I keep the morphing time when I do Super Sentai? What do you think? Keep it out. Sorry. I just had to mention it. But either way, yeah, so let's talk about these episodes. Before I get into it, I will say this. I know I said before that Super Sentai was exclusive to Patreon, but I decided to do this. I decided to make everything new from King-Ohgers moving forward. If it's new, brand new, barely coming out, then sure, I don't mind reacting to it on the main channel. So yeah, if it's new, then sure, I don't mind it. I also will say I apologize if it took me forever to get these episodes out. I know I already reacted these like a few days ago, but whatchamacallit, it's been a little busy. And I had to take care of certain things. So yeah, I apologize if this took a bit to get out there, but hey, better late than never. You guys let me know when a new episode for King-Ohger releases. The hell, man. But yeah, you guys just let me know when the new episode comes out. I'll react to it as soon as I can, because I will have to say, this series officially, as of like my reactions to the episodes officially, I'm all on board on this series. Like, from the visuals to the cinematography to the fight scenes to the mecha swords to the characters, the theme of the series is also very appealing to me personally. And all I just gotta say is that, wow, this might possibly be the best like Super Sentai series I have ever seen. I know I haven't really seen much. I've only ever seen this and Shinkengers, which I need to get back caught up on, but for 3 episodes it did an amazing job. Like, I can't lie to you guys, like 3 episodes in and this series is gold. Not sure if there's a new episode that's already out by the time I upload this, but you guys let me know. And for those of you that are probably wondering, what about Geats? When I decided just to wait until like the newer episode is going to be released soon, then I'll just do a back-to-back on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait till the new episode comes out. You guys let me know and I'll just knock them both out at the same time. I feel like that's more beneficial, just to do them both, knock them both out at the same time. Again, that's what I think. Oh yeah, Geats will come out as soon as the latest episode comes out. I'll react to it as soon as I can. But talking about this series, I gotta say, like, this series is eye candy as hell, because it's just the visuals, bro. Like, the visuals are insane, and this is the one thing that really like blows my mind. I like how, like, I notice, I'm not sure if it's just me or if you guys notice it too, but don't you notice that the mecha sword fights take over more of the actual fighting in the series? Which is not a bad thing. I'm not against it. I actually really like the mecha sword fights. The mecha sword fights are insanely good. I love it. I was also kind of worried at first. Speaking of the mega swords, I was worried at first when I saw it, because it looked like the Red Ranger, Gira, was able to pretty much do it by himself. Like, he doesn't need the help of the other rangers, but it looks like that isn't the case. They can work together, but I'm assuming it feels like this. It feels like Gira is the mecha sword, while all the other rangers are just add-ons, if that makes sense. Like, that's what it feels like. Am I getting that correctly? You guys please confirm this with me. But it kind of feels like Gira is the mega sword, while the others are just like combination attachments or something. But once again, even though we don't, I mean, we see like, I feel like, I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the is the reason why we don't get a whole lot of ranger fights. I mean, it's only been a few episodes, but doesn't it feel like the ranger fights aren't as long as the mecha sword fights? Is it just me that thinks that? I just can't help but notice that. Now, is that a bad thing? Not really. The mecha sword fights are like really dope. I love it. I love the mecha sword fights. If my honest opinion, when I used to watch Power Rangers, right? I'm talking about like the American version. I remember the Megazord fights were not my favorite because I thought they were kind of weird. Like, it obviously looked fake. Like, it didn't really look like a whole lot of effort was put into them. Again, my personal opinion. But but I will say, for me, my favorite thing has always been was the Ranger fighting. However, in this case, it's the reverse, and you would think like, oh, maybe I wouldn't like it or have my certain gripes on it because of that, but no. The Megazord fights are even better. I love it. And I guess maybe because the visuals really do make it stand out even more among the previous, like, Power Rangers Super Sentai series that aired before. But yeah, that really does play a huge role in the overall enjoyment of the series. And I gotta say though, I really do like all the characters. Like, so far from what I've seen, Red, Blue, and Yellow, I like them all. They're all very well likable characters in my honest opinion. Gira, I will have to say, is a different take when it comes to a Red Ranger. I've never seen one like Gira before, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I actually really like his character, if I'm gonna be honest. He has a really interesting and perpetuating character. So yeah, like, that alone just makes him a plus in my opinion. Overall on his character, how he sees things. And even though he's masquerading as this tyrant king or this villain that wants to conquer the world, or evil itself, is just a facade. Or I guess you could say it's just meant to act as an antagonistic force against the justice of Rakles, not sure if that's how you say his name, the king that was willing to sacrifice its whole people just for the sake of luring in the other kingdoms, which is, strategic wise, it is smart, but it is kind of cruel at the same time, because like I said, what's a king without its people? There's no king without its people, and there's no people without its king. You need both to become whole, at least from my prerogative. And now, pretty much at this point, that kingdom is going to be seen as an enemy for the Rangers. Well, except maybe the Black Ranger, because it looks like he was bribed to do some shady stuff behind the scene while, you know, everyone's doing their thing. It looks like they're about to fight the Black Ranger in like the next episode, which I can't wait to see how it's gonna go down. I'm sure it's gonna be a fantastic fight. As for who would win, we'll see. Not entirely sure, but again, I am looking forward to it. Overall though, this series as a whole, I've been enjoying everything so far from beginning to end. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had a lot of fun like reacting to this series, from Gira's character, the visuals, the premise of how it all comes together. It just feels overall like great. This series has honestly been a good time, and the one thing that I will say, I personally, I would say the driving force of the series, for most like story, like anything within a story, there's always that one character that drives the, you know, that drives the show, whether it be the villain, the main character, a certain side character, or whatever. Honestly, from what I've seen so far, the Rangers really are the main driving force of the series. And I'm not just talking about because, oh, they're Super Sentai Rangers. Of course they would be. It's not just that. Like, I've seen plenty of Power Rangers, not enough Super Sentai, but I've seen some before, and I know with confidence when I say there's not a whole lot like Gira or Himio. I'm not sure that's how you say her name. Or Yanma. For me, they have very distinguished and very likable qualities in characters. I'm gonna lie to you, like, I like all of them. I didn't think I was gonna like Himio or Himiko, or her, again, however you say her name, because of how she came off as selfish, but it turns out her selfish nature is something that is deemed, you would think like someone that is selfish is not necessarily good, but in her case it's not necessarily bad. Not bad, it just makes her what she is. She's selfless for her people, but selfish when it comes to herself. But it's that sense of selfishness of wanting to have both her happiness, her joys, her pleasures, and her people with the kingdom in it is what makes her a very interesting, thought-provoking character. One can argue for argument's sake that Yanma just comes off as a typical delinquent, but you can tell if you watched episode 2 that is more than that. And Gira, bro, Gira is just straight up a fun, cool main character. There's not a whole lot of main characters like him, and that's what makes him stand out. Arguably, I'm not gonna lie to you, from how these 3 episodes first started, I'm already seeing high hopes for this series that rival, or dare I say, be better than Geats. I'm just saying, this series got potential. So yeah, that's it for this one though, guys. I gotta go to bed. I am sleepy. Let me know your thoughts overall on the series. Let me know if when a new episode comes out. So basically, let me know for Geats and this series. And other than that, let me know if you'd like to see more. Well, we'll see about that. Not sure if I'll add more Super Sentai over to the main channel, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. See you guys all in the next reaction. Peace. I'm out.